This is a very special painting. It was the one that started the whole strong woman experience. This is what started this whole chain of strong women paintings and the Strong Women Conference. I was invited to compete at a ninja competition in Texas. It was me versus two men, and Jessie Graff was there to MC the event. I knew who Jessie was. She was like one of the strongest female competitors on American Ninja Warrior, and I was a little starstruck when I met her for the first time. But it was so great because I had a couple days to get to know her. On the day of the competition, I ended up winning the men, those two guys, by like a point. After the competition though, as we were kind of cleaning up, I have this feeling. Jenedy asked her if you can paint her. And I was like, no, she's famous. She's in movies. She's a professional stunt woman. I am nobody. She's been on billboards. I'm pretty sure she's on a bus somewhere in LA. She was like on all these posters for American Ninja Warrior. And I was just thinking, no. And then the thought was, well, Jenedy, this is your opportunity. And so I was like, okay. So I went up to her and I was like, hey, Jessie, so I'm actually a better painter than I am a ninja. And like, maybe sometime I could paint your portrait. And she was kind enough to say, oh, I would love that. That would be awesome. Super cool person. So I arranged to go spend a day with her in California. And, you know, all of my paintings have a meaning behind them. Like they have a concept. And I had no idea what the concept was, why I was going to paint Jessie. And so I'm like praying, seeking inspiration, and we get together. We were going to hike 10 miles on this hike called the Bridge to Nowhere. And Jessie's like, what's your idea for your painting? And I was like, we're going to just hike, and I'm going to just channel that inspiration when I see it. She was like, okay. So we're hiking, and we ended up at this really cool rocky ravine where I actually did another painting of Jessie rock climbing. Like the ascent in her arm, like her forearms are just ridiculous. After the hike, we had planned to meet together at a ninja gym later that evening. And I got this feeling at the ninja gym, have her do a pull-up. So she did a pull-up, and her back actually looks like this. It's like an anatomy book. And I knew I needed to paint it, but again, I didn't know why. And the next morning I wake up in my hotel room and this thought, Jenedy, I need you to pull up, comes into my mind. And all of a sudden, this idea, this concept that God had sent his children to a world acted on by gravity, like downward physical forces are acting on us at all times. It's what like holds our feet to the ground. But that physical force was a symbol too of all of the negative, emotional, spiritual, downward forces acting on God's children every day. And I felt God tell me, like, I need you to pull up. And I realized that, yeah, this painting was going to be a symbol of resisting all those negative downward forces that act on us every day. And what happens when you resist those spiritual or those emotional things that are pulling you down every day? You get stronger. And what happens when you get stronger? You're able to help lift other people. And that was the message of this painting, and I loved it. All of a sudden I was like, yes, resist the downward force, get stronger, lift others. I need to paint it 6 feet by 3 feet. So I did. And I had no idea then that it was actually going to be the starting point, the catalyst for a whole show of paintings of strong women, and that it would lead to the Strong Women experience, a Strong Women Conference. And I think that's how God leads us, you know, just one step at a time. But I love this painting, and I hope it inspires you to pull up.